Peace of Christ to all. We made a video just a minute ago, and a Muslim, he posed this, answering about Allah said, I will lead them astray, and Satan said, I will lead them astray. So he said in here, in Job 12, chapter 12, verse 24, 25, that the God of the Bible saying that he will make those people lose their way in the wilderness. Is that from Satan too? You know, the silly thing about Muslims, they do not know even how to read as usual. This was a punishment, not lead them astray from guidance for knowing God. This was a punishment for what they did. They are already lost. So this was a punishment. And actually, just to show you how ignorant you are, Abdul, the same story, your prophet, he have it in the Quran. He copied it from the Bible, but he, you know, for sure, he messed up the story upside down. But if we go and read the verse in the Bible, we will see the following. All what those verses you are talking about, speaking about in a very simple way, that God, he, you know, he reward people or he punish people. As an example, the Bible speak about the people of Lot, how God destroy this nation. He burned it. God speak about the flooding of Noah. He destroyed them. But nowhere it says that God misguide them from knowing him. What you are trying to play in games in here about those verses saying that God, he increase the strength of nations, or he destroyed them. Well, this is what the Muslims believe too, and this is a punishment, not, it's a react, not an act. Which means, as an example, I will speak about the nation of Israel. When Israel, they disobey God, all what God do, he take his protection away from them. He do not need really to destroy them by destroying them by himself. All what he need, just to let them without protection. So nations around them, they will do what they want to do. In the same time in here, you will see that when he punished them, even their wise men, because like this is a story about the Jews, they will be lost their way in the wilderness. Even the wise man, he will not be able to guide them and find them the way to find the cities, the location, not about finding God. You see how silly the Muslims? This is not about God is misleading you not to know him. This is about a punishment for what you did. If they did not do bad, he will not punish them. If they are doing good with him, he will not punish them, the same as you will go to heaven or to hell. So in here, this was a punishment. I will show you the same story from your Quran, Abdul, and then you can laugh at your God if you don't believe in your Quran. Here we go. Chapter, and by the way, this chapter is extremely important, because chapter 5 verse number 21, when the Muslims speak about Israel and how injustice the Israeli are. And by the way, I have a big chapter in my book about Israel. You will see it in the back of the cover. You know, this is the Israeli flag. The chapter is speaking about that the Muslims, if they knew what their God said, they should support Israel, because it is Allah who, according to the Quran, he is the one who created the nation of Israel. He is the one who created the state of Israel. And not only that, Allah himself, he ordered the Jews to kill the Palestinian. No kidding. You can see all of that with the reference in my book. You can go and get it. But for now, we will see a little bit of it, so we can enlighten you and guide you as long we are talking about this chapter. So in here, Allah, he ordered the Jews to go and kill the Palestinian, and he told them, this is the Holy Land, it's ordained for you, assigned for you. You can read any translation. If you don't want Biktal, you know, you can go to Yusuf Ali, any of those potatoes, because all of their translation, by the way, is nothing but a lie. Don't ever trust an Islamic translation. Read it, no problem, you know. We use it just to beat them with it, because even with the false translation, still we can show you the truth, even if they try to cover the truth. Here we go. Allah is ordering the Jews. He told Moses to tell his people to go and enter the Holy Land, which Allah He assigned into you. And He's saying, don't ever leave it. This is yours. Don't ever turn your back. This is yours. So the Jews, they refused to go and kill the Palestinian. Isn't it amazing? The Jews, they refused to kill the Palestinian. So Allah, He get angry from them for their refuse. You know, they told Moses, okay, you know what, we will not fight those people, we will not kill them, we will not take their land. Go and tell your God to fight for you. You know, don't you have God? And your God told you this. Okay, why does God want us to kill people? Let us, you know, go and let your God, you know, give us the land without fighting. Why want to fight? Huh? And look in here, it says, Allah, this land is for you. Allah gave it to you, and He gave you exceeding strength. Never shall, you know, and they said to Musa, sorry, this land, this people, they are strong, and we will never enter this land. Enter, they leave it, so they will not enter what? Enter the Palestinian leave. Look how nice the Jews are. Very beautiful. Unbelievable. So, because the Jews, they refuse to kill the Palestinian, and they refuse to enter the land according to the story of the Quran. I'm not talking about the Bible now. Because they refuse to enter the land, and because they refuse to kill the Palestinian, what Allah He did? Look what He did. He made them lose their way in the wilderness for 40 years. Do you see it? So according to your Quran, Abdul, this is a story which is a punishment. This is a react from Allah, not an act, which means because they refused to obey Him, He punished them. The story in the Bible is not the same as the story in the Quran, because simply your Quran is copying from us, but always Muhammad, he corrupt the story. The story you quote for me from Job, it was a punishment, not an action. It's a reaction, which means because they are lost, because they are bad, He punished them. This is not about misguiding them. This is not about fooling them. This is not about He is not going to make them see the truth. No. For God, He loved the world. He sent His only begotten Son. He loved the whole world. He wants everybody to be guided. Not like your God in the Quran, He sent people astray. So as you see in here, guys, actually the Jewish in here, in this story, they are cursed. They are cursed because they refuse to kill the Palestinian. Imagine. Now, based in this story, if we ask the Muslims a very simple logic question, if it is not fair to kill the Palestinian, and by the way, the Muslims in what they call Palestine now, those are not the Palestinian. The only Palestinian there is the Christians. Because remember, the Muslims, they occupied this land by Umar ibn al-Khattab. Before that, almost in the 7th century, before that, not even one Arab, not even one Muslim lived in that area. It was a pure either Jews, Roman, Christians, Palestinian Christians. All who came, Hamas and those people, you know, and those Yasser Arafat, you know, those are not from this land. They have nothing to do with it. They hijacked the land and hijacked the name. They occupy Iraq. They call themselves Iraqi. But all of us, we knew Iraq belonged to the Babylon. They occupy Egypt. They call themselves Egyptian. But the fact, all of us, we knew that the Arab are not African. The Egyptian are African. What the Arab have to do with this? They occupy Morocco. They call themselves Moroccan. But they are not. Morocco belong to the Amazigh, belong to the barbarian. Have nothing to do with the Arab. They are African. And here we go again. Allah, He ordered the Jews to kill the Palestinian. And when a Muslim speak to you about the injustice of Israel, this is what you need to do. Remember this. In chapter 5 verse 21, tell him, so how and why Allah, He ordered the Jews to take a land which is called assigned into them. Assigned. This is not my translation, Yusuf Ali translation. Enter the Holy Land. It's assigned to you, Jews. Allah made a mistake in here? Did Allah made a mistake, Muslims? You know, The Muslim, they say Allah, He knew the future. Well, this story proves that Allah do not know the future, because Allah gave them the land and He assigned the land to them, and He created a war until now. Because if Allah, He knew that this land one day is going to be there's Muslims in it, why He's ordering those Palestinians, as He claimed, the Quran, He want them to be killed, then why He's ordering the Jews to kill them? Don't He knew the future that those people will be Muslims? And why Allah did not give them a land which is an empty one? You know, at that time there's a lot of empty land. There's a lot of empty land. Do you know, like, can you imagine what the population at the time of Moses was for the earth? Nothing. Nothing. Like, you know, not a big deal. You can find them any empty spot in this earth and give them the land. But Allah in the Quran, He chose to give them this land, and He called it the Holy Land, which is assigned to the Jews. And then when they refuse, and He ordered them even not to turn back, which means this land, you take it and don't leave it forever. You enter it, you stay in it forever. Now look at this stupid religion. For the Jews did not kill the Palestinian, Allah punished them. If the Jews kill the Palestinians, Allah will love them. So if you want to ask why this happening, the story should be asked as this: why the stupid Allah, He made such a war started? Why He did not give them, according to the story in the Quran, a land which belonged to no one? And why your God Allah, as long you Muslims believe that the Israeli are being unfair by taking that land, why your God Allah did not give them different land, and why He ordered them to take that land? Same time, by the way, the story of the Palestinian owning that land, Palestine was exist, yes, but not in Israel. All of us, we knew that the one who built Jerusalem, it was David, not the Palestinian. Palestine was exist in the around area, but they never built those cities. Those cities belong to the Jews. Everybody know that. It's not a secret. The Bible mentioned that the territory of Gaza, this is where was the Palestinian used to live. But they had nothing to do with Jerusalem or other towns around. So what we prove in this video, I want to say thank you to this Muslim for, you know, because now you made me make more and more video, you know, that's great. That's Allah is the problem. The war today between the Israeli and the Palestinian, who claim to be Palestinian, they are not the real one. As I said, the real Palestinian is the Christians. The Palestinian Christians, those are not Arab. Even today, some Palestinian, they might say, Palestinian Christian, they might say, oh, we are Arab, because they live under 1400 years of occupation. They have no other choice. Before Islam entered this land, they never spoke an Arabic word. Never, not even one of them. They speak Aramaic. Aramaic. They are not Arab. So the problem, the invasion, the occupation, it was because of Allah, and Allah is a murderer. He is the one who destroyed this nation according to the Quran. He is the one who ordered the Jew to take the land. He is the one who punished the Jew for 40 years. They cannot find their way just because they refuse to kill the Palestinian, as we see in chapter 5 verse number 26. And by this I think we answered the question. Thank you very much, Abdul. May Allah give you 72 houris with the 3 boobs each. Allah bless you. Thank you.